The story of King Arthur is a tale for the ages. He is a hero cloaked in myth. Arthur embodies courage and wisdom. He is a beacon of hope. Even today, his legend resonates through time. We are drawn to his story of bravery, love, and magic. Arthur's origins remain shrouded in mystery. Some say he was a king of old. Others claim he was a Roman soldier. Regardless, his story captured the imagination of generations. He became a symbol of unity and strength. He is the embodiment of a golden age. The tale of Arthur begins with a sword. This is no ordinary blade. It is Excalibur, the sword in the stone. Whoever draws this sword is the rightful king of England. Many tried to pull the magical sword. All failed until young Arthur stepped forward. With surprising ease, Arthur drew the sword. He was crowned king. This began his legendary reign. Arthur was destined for greatness. He would lead his people to glory. He would become a legend. Arthur inherited a kingdom in turmoil. Saxon invaders threatened Britain. These fierce warriors sought to conquer. They wanted to control the land. Arthur, though young, was a skilled warrior. He knew his duty was to protect his people. He would meet this challenge head-on. Arthur gathered his knights. They were the bravest and most noble in the land. Together, they rode out to meet the Saxon threat. Arthur's leadership was inspiring. His knights were fearless. They fought with valor and skill. Arthur's victories were decisive. He became a symbol of hope. He was the protector of his people. One battle stands out in the legend of Arthur, the Battle of Baden Hill. The Saxons were at their strongest. Arthur and his knights were outnumbered, yet they fought with unwavering courage. The fate of Britain hung in the balance. Arthur, wielding Excalibur, led the charge. He rallied his knights. The battle raged for hours. In the end, Arthur was victorious. He crushed the Saxon advance. He secured Britain's safety for a generation. This victory cemented Arthur's place in history. He became the kingdom's savior. His legend grew with each passing year. Arthur's reign was not only marked by war, he established a court at Camelot. It became a beacon of chivalry and justice. At his side were trusted advisors and legendary figures. Merlin the wizard was his mentor. He guided Arthur with wisdom and powerful magic. Guinevere, Arthur's queen, was known for her beauty and grace. She brought peace and harmony to the kingdom. Arthur established the Knights of the Round Table. This was a fellowship of the bravest and most noble knights. They swore oaths of loyalty, honor, and chivalry. Sir Lancelot, Sir Galahad, and Sir Gawain were among the most famous. The Round Table was no ordinary table. It was a symbol of equality. All knights, regardless of their lineage, were considered equal. They gathered around it to discuss matters of the kingdom. They embarked on quests for adventure and justice. The Knights of the Round Table became renowned throughout the land. They protected the weak, fought for the innocent, and upheld the ideals of chivalry. Their stories inspired generations. They exemplified the virtues of Arthur's reign. Trials and triumphs, the age of Camelot. Arthur's reign was not without its challenges. He faced betrayal, treachery, and heartbreak. His knights, though noble, were not without flaws. Their stories are filled with both triumph and tragedy. Sir Lancelot, the bravest of knights, fell in love with Queen Guinevere. Their forbidden love brought conflict and sorrow. This ultimately weakened the kingdom. Sir Percival embarked on a quest for the Holy Grail. It was a sacred relic said to possess divine power. His journey tested his faith and resolve. Despite the trials, Arthur's court remained a symbol of hope. His reign was remembered as a golden age. It was a time of peace, prosperity, and justice. The stories of Arthur and his knights continue to inspire generations. The legend of Arthur is ultimately a story of humanity. It highlights our strengths and weaknesses. It reminds us of the power of courage, love, and hope. Even in the face of adversity, the human spirit can triumph. This timeless message continues to resonate today. A legacy forged in legend, the enduring spirit of Arthur. Arthur's reign eventually came to an end. Betrayal and conflict weakened his kingdom. He fought a final battle against his nephew, Mordred. This battle marked the end of Camelot. Though Arthur was mortally wounded, his legend lived on. He was taken to the mystical island of Avalon. It was said he would return one day. Arthur would be needed again. He would defend Britain in its hour of need. The legend of King Arthur continues to fascinate. His story has been told and retold for centuries. He is a symbol of hope, courage, and justice. His legacy inspires us to strive for a better world. In a world often filled with darkness, Arthur's story reminds us of the importance of light. It teaches us the value of courage, loyalty, and honor. It shows us the power of love and forgiveness. The legend of Arthur endures. He is the once and future king. He lives on in our hearts and minds.